Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, Princess Morgana ate all the sweets, and she looks like it too. You know, I was thinking about that last option there, where we had a choice of starting some sort of romance between Mila and Morgana. And I was thinking back to that moment where I tried having Mila kiss Morgana before Morgana put on that mind-altering crown. And it occurs to me that the kiss didn't actually happen. Mila reached for the kiss, but then there wasn't. It makes me wonder if various options throughout the game would have built up a relationship and there might have been a kiss that actually did happen, perhaps even to the point of allowing Morgana to keep her memories. It would not surprise me at all if this was one of those games that kind of kept track of those little things along the way. Anyway, back to the current situation. That really was something, wasn't it? I've seen those coins work so many times, but whenever it happens, I'm never quite prepared. Heck, it happened to you once. I wish I could have done something. There was nothing you could have done, Liko. We can't second-guess ourselves. I suppose you're right. It was hard to accept that just anything can happen out here, and we're powerless to stop it. I've been meaning to ask. How are you holding up, Liko? Me? After what happened, you should be asking Morgana that question. Don't worry, I've spoken to her. I meant just generally. You know. I'm fine. I mean, I can take care of myself, you know. Of course you can, Liko. Nobody would doubt you. I guess you're right there. Everyone on this ship that ever doubted me has died, or ceased to exist. And that's what I meant, Liko. Are you worried? Worried about what? That we won't make it? Yeah, of course. I think about it every day. Every day?
When I first transformed, there was a part of me that thought I wouldn't have to worry as much. I mean, at least I knew I wouldn't have to worry about being pushed around, you know? But there was nothing I could do when they arrested us. Or when they took Tam Tam away. When I said I didn't want to accept that I was powerless, well, this is what I was thinking about.
First, I'm not quite sure whether that delivery was as powerful as it needed to be. More than that, I think it's fun that Liko still has his old voice, and basically we have that voice coming from that body. You have such a big heart, Liko. Thanks. You too. I can't imagine anybody other than you keeping this mission together after what's happened. I do my best. You know, just because there are some things you can't stop, doesn't mean you're powerless. I never thought about it like that. Thanks for trying to cheer me up. Oh! On the other hand, we could have this as a romance. But again, it feels too much like it might be coming out of nowhere. So I don't know that I will go with this one either. Although between you and me, Liko is cuter. So that actually makes this decision a little bit more difficult. Tough choice. Maddie says, it does feel a bit out of nowhere, as you said. Yeah, a part of me would like to get this relationship started, but because it doesn't quite feel like it fits, we're going to avoid that one as well. You're all going to want to see this. See that X on the map there? Yeah, I see it. And why did you place your mark at those coordinates in particular? That's just it. I didn't. Interesting. Perhaps this is a sign we need to find this place. Who knows what will be waiting for us? Excuse me, I'm just enjoying this music. Come to think of it, the soundtrack for this game is available for sale. Also, we are in a library, a very vast library, because, oh, that's a lot of books back there. Okay, I don't actually believe that it's possible for that many books to really exist, but I would so love to visit a library like this. I kind of can relate to Belle from Beauty and the Beast. That would be... I would love to visit a library like that. Maddie is asking, why is Morgana blushing? You know, I'm not sure. We seem to be in a place of snake people, though, or at the very least, lizards. Would be nice if we had a lizard transformation of some sort. I mean, just about every location we visited has had some sort of transformation, so let's see what we can get here. Let's first make note of this person. Your name is... Indigo. Welcome to the Library of Forbidden Knowledge. Please try not to... Oh, it's you! I was wondering when you'd show up. I'm glad you recognized me. My comrades would most graciously appreciate it if you brought us to the coins. You know, I'm kind of wondering how these last couple of locations would have played out had Morgana not turned into Princess Morgana. That already? You sure you wouldn't rather check out the magic mirror upstairs? Perhaps another time. Right now, we got a date with Destiny. No, I want to check out the mirror. Well, I can't argue with that. What do you mean? That just happened. Where are we? Looks like a cafe of some kind? But why would they put a cafe in a library? The architecture is quite unfamiliar. There's certainly nothing with this motif in the crown's realm. There's a walkway over there. Maybe once we're outside, we can try to spot our ship. But... but... we were just here! Okay. It's a library of maze-ness. The hallway certainly is peculiar, to say the least. It looks like another identical room is just ahead. Let me try something. You two stay here, I'll go and see what happens. How dreadfully odd this all is. Agreed. But I'm sure you've navigated through more confounding places in your prior adventures, haven't you? Well, Mila! Morgana! Come quick! Found a person! Lizard person, forbidden library. Wanted to differentiate between these characters, and now we got Mako. Oh dear, there are more of you. That's what I said, didn't I? Yes, but I'd hoped these friends of yours were imaginary, or at least that you were losing your mind. Why on earth would you hope for something like that? Because, as far as I'm concerned, the fewer people trapped down here, the better. Did I just hear you say trapped? That's right, there's nothing wrong with your hearing. You mean... do you really need me to spell things out further than that? Surely you've started to put the pieces together. I've certainly conceived of a theory or two, but given the rather obvious fact that you've been here a great deal longer than us, we'd appreciate it if you did, indeed, tell us what's what down here. Very well. If you've seen one room, you've seen them all. No matter how far you go, no matter which way you go, they never end. Never? Never? I don't see why you need to keep asking me to repeat it myself. Seems like you understand me perfectly well, young man. If you have any real questions, well, I'm all ears. Well, considering I'm not sure how we got here, hopefully this guy kind of knows how we got here. How did you get here? My crew and I were on a journey hunting for the wizard's treasures. One day, we simply woke up here. I don't know how or why. And none of you have managed to learn anything? Only that the rooms go on forever. Wait, how can you be so sure they go on forever? You'd need an infinite amount of time to test that, wouldn't you? True enough. I haven't been here quite that long. Only about 800 years, give or take. 800? I know, I'm repeating you again. Sorry. I suppose I ought to spend the next 900 years walking in a single direction, just to make absolutely sure the rooms go on forever. Is that what you think? Or will you lot still be around then, telling me I need to make it an even 1,000 before I issue such a bold pronouncement? I'm not sure. This is just a lot to take in. Well, take your time. You'll have plenty of it, won't you? In the meantime, I'll be moving along that way. Wait, don't go! We have so much more to ask you. That's going to be our fate? Wandering around aimlessly for hundreds of years? I just can't believe that, Liko. Neither can I. Something about his story seemed a little... odd. You'd think, after having endured such a punishingly long confinement such as a monotonous place, he'd be a little bit more interested in getting to know new visitors. Well, he did say he was sad to see us all here, since we're doomed too. A deep melancholia I could fathom, but his mood was closer to brusque annoyance. What if he was just putting on a brave front, trying to hide his true sadness with indifference? We should go back and try to talk to him again, and cheer him up. Why would we want to do that? Because he might have more information for us. We're going to find our way out of here. I'm sure it's through cooperation. Where did he go? Hard to say. He did have a bit of a head start on us. The presence of one man suggests another may be likely. Why not wander to and from until we find someone else? I don't want to find someone else. I want to find this man. I can't rest until I've helped lighten his spirits. Let's try that way. He's not here. Wait, I just realized something. There shouldn't be a next room here. And how did you come by this assumption? Well, the corridor out of this room curves to the left, just like the last few rooms. You can only make so many left-hand turns without finding your way back to where you started. That is indeed quite curious. You know, Liko is only a so-called cartographer, but he might be able to get us out of this. Let's keep moving. Hopefully that man will still be in the next room. No, we found somebody else instead. Boy, I'm getting a lot of names to write down. Mako, some random guy lost in maze for quote-unquote 800 years. Or it was 900, one of the two. And now we got Shentian. Hello? Been here long? Well, I don't have to ask you the same question. Anyone still trying to cover despair with humor obviously hasn't been here long at all. You'll forgive us our impertinence. Hey, we're all stuck here. We have our different ways of coping with it. Hey, we're still looking for a way out. Denial, eh? Well, as I said, to each his own. Have you seen a man walking this way? Hard to place his species exactly. I don't think so, but whoever he was, it's no use to look for him here. What do you mean? This place just goes on forever. I was the commander of 50 sailors when I arrived, but one by one, we all went our separate ways. We can wander and wander, but we can't seem to find one another again. I don't even know how many of them are still alive. The man we spoke to earlier said he'd been here some 800 years. From that, I gathered that the aging process is somehow arrested in this place. That's probably true, unfortunately. What's unfortunate about that? If it wasn't, at least I could see my comrades again. How? I don't understand. If we could all be permitted to grow old and die here, like we would in any other prison, then at least I'd be able to look forward to rejoining my comrades. In the great beyond, before we were lost here, I commanded my men to all kinds of terrible tasks. Charging through beaches filled with enemy soldiers, sieging castles, battling pirates on the high seas. But throughout it all, I at least had the comfort of knowing that when one of my crew died, he or she would be in a better place. Half the time, I was practically jealous. How pathetic is that, to envy the dead? Honestly, it happens a lot more than you would think. I don't think it's pathetic at all. You're more than kind. Normally the optimistic, I can't say that things would get better without knowing how things might get better. Why not walk with us? It sounds like you've been alone for a long time. We'll gladly keep you company until we can figure a way out of here. Okay, well, there's still a little bit of optimism there. Regardless, I wouldn't mind a new party member. No, no, no. I can't bear to hear any of that kind of optimism. I'd hoped when I first arrived, and losing it was hard. I had hope when I first arrived. I don't want to be there to see that flame flicker out of you, the way it did in me. The great beyond, that's all I want to trouble myself with. Please, leave me be. Take care. You don't have to go just now, do you? A curious belief. Curious and without any evidence. Must the religious belief be substantiated by evidence in order for it to be meaningful to the one who holds it? You know, Morgana, I remember you once declared religion to be stupid and dangerous. Oh, preposterous! What about the role it serves in creating a sense of identity and unity among... If only the new you and the old you could debate each other. I'd pay to see that. Instead of debating, we should be trying to help people. We've already failed the first two. We have to try harder. I'm sure, once we do, we'll find the answers we are looking for. If we split up, we have a better chance of finding more people. Didn't you hear Shentian? Did we even learn his name, technically speaking? Anyway, if we split up, we might never find one another again. I just couldn't bear being on my own forever in a place like this. And then you and I will stay together, Morgana. Liko, how about we'll each meet back in this room in 30 minutes, alright? Just retrace your steps. Alright. And now we meet F. Okay, Shentian lost his crew. Wishes to die to be reunited with them. And now we have F. Hello? Have you seen anyone around here lately? I try to avoid it. What do you mean? I don't really like talking to the other lost souls. Lost souls? My little nickname for everyone else trapped in here. I had a crew, but we separated. Don't you miss them? I feel kind of guilty just thinking it, but... honestly, no. What do you mean? I wasn't much use on my ship. I couldn't rig a sail. I couldn't aim a cannon. I couldn't even haggle with shopkeepers for supplies. Sounds a little like my own situation. The worst part was the crew. They didn't even have the decency to mock me. Instead, they humored me, their pity making it all the worse. Maybe if they had someone competent on deck that day, we wouldn't have all become trapped. Why does everyone describe it that way? Trapped. Surely there's got to be some way out of here. At first, I wanted to think that. But now... oh, I shouldn't really say. It's okay. Whatever you were thinking, I promise not to judge you. Of course I'd want everyone else to be home free, but not me. If I were to get out, I'd be a sealer again. Weak, pathetic, useless. Nothing but a burden on everyone else. They're better off without me. Why not join a new crew? What about ours? I promise you'll be treated with the respect and dignity that you deserve. Maybe you treat me like that at first, and I'm just a novelty and you're still getting to know me. But after a time, you'd grow to hate me. Like they all do. I'd just be going from one prison into another. Can you promise me something? Of course, anything. If you do find a way out, don't let anyone know you spoke to me. With any luck, they'll just forget about me. Leave me behind. But... Oh, F. You couldn't really desire such an ignoble and inglorious end, could you? As you wish. But please, why not stay and talk a little longer? We could at least discuss ways to escape. What have you learned about this place? All I know is that there's no way out. There's no way out. No way out. It's so hard to watch them all walk away like that. You were quiet, Morgana. Sobs. Are you crying? I mean, I'll admit that was a dirty conversation, but... That's just how you and Liko think of me, don't you? What?
I can't load a cannon or rig a sail, or even defend us from an unscrupulous baker. I can't help us find our way out. I'm sure my illustrious predecessor certainly would have come up with something. But Princess Morgana is just dead weight to you, isn't she? Just like I was dead weight at Kittering Castle.
Of course not. I'm lucky to have you by my side. Do you really mean that? Or are you just humoring me? Mila, you're so kind. How do I know you're not just taking pity on me? How can you even ask something like that? Because... Oh, Mila, it's true. We really are trapped down here forever, aren't we? You weren't where we agreed to meet up. You gave me a bit of a scare. Sorry, Liko, but we were having a conversation with someone. Were they any help? Not exactly. Well, should we keep exploring then? Of course. We can't ever give up. If you don't mind, I'd like to be the one going it alone this time. Morgana, if this is about... I merely desire a change in pace. There's no need to infer anything from it. Morgana, wait! What was that all about? It's a long story. The man we spoke with seemed to get under her skin. Shall we keep walking? The fact that this is getting routine is pretty scary. Am I able to open the menu right now, please? Okay, good. I wanted to be able to quit because I am actually ready to quit. Save here, just so I don't have a hard time figuring out which file I want to continue from. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end things here today. I probably, hypothetically, could go on another 20 minutes, but quite honestly, my voice is starting to wear out. Now, before everybody runs off, let me see here. Is there anybody I am following to send a ring to? Didn't have any luck last time, and don't really have much luck this time. So, for funsies, I see somebody is playing Super Metroid, maybe we could just do a random raid. So let's go ahead. Oh! Or, Natty has suggested somebody, fund the charity. Alright, raid, fund the charity. We'll go ahead and do this raid. And I will say thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Oh, fund the charity room.